Greetings, flower lovers. This is Estere, and you've reached the Flower Channel. Thanks so much for joining me today to soothe your soul and warm your heart with the beauty and healing magic of flowers. Hi, this is Estere with the Flower Channel. We're going to be playing with some tulips today, and later we're going to be adding some daffodils. And I wanted to show you how to process tulips when you get them home from the supermarket. So they're going to come like this. They're going to come in plastic, and they're going to come with a little string around them. You want to have your container ready for them, cold water only for bulb flowers. Never hot water. They'll just pop right open. And no preservative either. Just plain cold water. You don't want to, don't pull the sleeve over the heads. You're going to pop the heads off these fragile beings. So you want to cut your little strings off or rubber bands, whatever holding them, and then actually cut up the side of either the plastic or the paper that they're going to be wrapped in. I wish they'd wrap in paper. That would be better. They usually come in bunches of 5 or 10. So they're very affordable at this time of year. Whenever you buy flowers that are in season, and these are in season in the flower market. So they may not be in season in your garden, but in the flower market world, they're available. So they're going to come kind of messy, right? They're not going to be really clean in the stem, and you want to take off all the lower foliage. See how that's kind of brown and a little funky there? We're going to be cutting all that off. Don't want to leave any foliage that's on there that's damaged in any way. So we're going to go through this bunch. These are some lovely pink ones. One of the really cool things about tulips is they might look, and they will look, very different as they open and grow. So these are tight pink tulips. They might have a white center. These purple ones might have a little black center. I don't know yet. But you see how I'm very gently just pulling any damaged foliage off. And also, you're always going to see in tulips there's dirt in there. That's proof. They actually grew in soil. So I take all the damaged foliage off. A few more. This is a really cool one. Like you can see where the leaf has, it's this part of the flower, it's like partially a leaf, partially a petal. Kind of shows the evolution of a petal. That's fun. Okay. So I have my tulips. Now I'm going to wash them. Just go over the sink and literally wash them. Just like that. And another really cool thing about tulips is they kind of make a sound when you rub against them. They kind of have a crunchy sound. Most florists, like, if they hear that sound, they'll know that's tulips. I always use scissors when I work with bulb flowers, and I want to take off all this bottom stuff. That's going to let the flower get as much water as possible. So I have a nice clean cup there. And I put them right in my cold water. And they're processing right now. They're drinking as I'm getting ready to arrange with them. Hey, Arthur, check out the tulips. Check out the tulips. Oh, yeah. Oh, he loves tulips. So here's the thing about tulips. Tulips, more than any other cut flower, you will notice how much they grow while they're in the vase. So I might put this tulip in here today, and it could very well be out here by tomorrow. So the fun thing around that is when you buy a bunch of tulips, you can actually play with them all week because they're going to be different. Now the other thing that it's just kind of a thing that I like to remember. When tulips are growing in the garden, at least where I live, there's no other foliage around. That's it. There's snow and there's their own foliage. So I don't really like to mix other foliage with my bulb flowers. That's just my personal taste. I'm going to be using a super fun, this is a crystal basket. Ooh, it's lovely. Now, I don't use any foam. I don't use tape. I don't use wires to hold it in place. I'm not traveling with this. It's going to be on a table in my house. So I'm totally cool with just cutting the flowers and placing them in there. And this is just going to be a loose, rather unstructured, just what if you were out and you were a little fairy and you were out collecting tulips and you had your little crystal basket and you would just place them in there. It's fun to practice letting there be space between your flowers as opposed to cramming them all in as a particular style, which is fine. But it's also fun to let the flowers breathe a little bit and use the crossing of the stems in the middle there to create the foundation to hold the flowers up. Ooh, that is sweet. Oh, feels like candy to me. Now these are going to open. So again, even later today, they're going to look different. But right now, oh, so sweet. Now, what if I put a little spirit crystal with them? That changes the mood even more. And what if I take a little doily? I put a little doily underneath this, and I've created a whole amazing little spring scene. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, you can see already. You can see already this is starting to open. They open so quickly as soon as they hit the water and the warm air. Thanks for joining me on the Flower Channel. Bring beauty, love, magic into your life with flowers.